I love text and image. I love letters. Well, hello, my name is Ruth Korch, and I want to thank you very much for stopping by this little video clip to visit with me. And if you hang with me for a few minutes, at the end here, I am going to demonstrate something that has just always been a favorite for the people who come and visit my studio. So we'll do that in just a few minutes. But first, what I want to do is, if you visited the gallery here on my website, you perhaps have noticed that I use a number of different mediums. And this one particular scene captures an afternoon when our grandson, the afternoon light was coming in, and I loved how he was totally absorbed in this little wooden train and the wooden track. It touched me, and I wanted to preserve that moment. And I don't know what you see, what it evokes when you look at this. Maybe it reminds you of a little person in your life, or maybe it takes you back to when you were little. I'm at that point in life when we have a whole generation of new little people coming in. We're grandparents, and we're pretty excited about that. So I have taken a grouping about children, because that's where I'm at in life. That's one of my oils. Next to it here, I have one of my watercolors, and I love watercolor. So often people say they love it because of the light, and that's true. I like how it captures the light. I like it that it's spontaneous and fresh, and it sort of has a mind of its own. You have to work with it. This is one of a series of 5, and you could probably figure out why, because this says 1, 2, and the script there says buckle my shoe. So hopefully in your mind you're going 3, 4. And the series goes on, and they were all done in watercolor. And then this piece right here, I perhaps don't need to say anything at all. If I just hold it out here where you can read it, hopefully you're singing the song right now, that's coming back to you. This is a series as well that I have done of children's songs. They're just such happy things. They're happy places, and I like for my work to encourage people. Usually, if you go back in your own childhood, even if it wasn't always happy, if you sang Old MacDonald Had a Farm, it was probably during a happy time. And it's been fun. Not only do kids relate to this piece, but I find that adults do a lot too. Now, I don't know if you noticed that 2 out of the 3 pieces I shared with you have words in them. I love text and image. I like how letters look on paper. I like designs with letters. I teach calligraphy classes. I like words, and sometimes I do artwork that is just word art with letters and words, or words and words. A just happens to be one of my favorite letters. I don't know why, but I just like it. And this right here was just from a lettering conference I went to, but here was just playing with a letter A. You can do so many things with letters. I mentioned that I teach calligraphy, and the demonstration that I'm going to give for you now is a lettering demonstration. I'm going to move my grandson over there. And I know it would be great video drama if I was to spill ink on this white shirt, but it wouldn't be so fun later. So I am going to put on my smock here. Now, you may not think much of this lovely smock that I'm wearing, but one of the things that lettering artists do, or calligraphers, whatever you want to name us, is we go to lettering arts conferences. And this particular smock, even this very color, was one of the hot items at the recent conference I went to. And the saying here says, letters mingle souls. What I wanted to share with you is, if you know anything about calligraphy, you might think of a writing instrument like this. There's a pen holder and a nib, and it has what we called a chisel edge, so that when I dip it in the ink and draw it one way, it's going to be a nice fat stroke, and another way it's a very slender stroke. And that thick and thin contrast in calligraphy is what makes it so beautiful. But what I'm going to show you is a writing instrument that is made out of something you would perhaps never think. Here it is. It's from a soda pop can. And I've just taken household scissors, cut off the top and the bottom, which isn't terribly hard to do. And I get this piece of aluminum. I have a template that I cut out a certain shape. Once I have a template, I attach it to a wooden dowel with duct tape. Now, I've had people come through Open Studio and greatly improve on this model, but there's something about it that works for me, and it's easy. So anyway, then you take this piece and you mold it, you cut it again, you temper it with a little bit of a flame, and it becomes, as inglorious as it may look, it is a wonderful writing instrument. In fact, I know of a world-class calligrapher who resides in New York and had a one-man show, and his pieces were done with this very tool. All right, so I am going to sign off and let you watch as I write one final message to you. Now, one of the things I cannot do is talk and write at the same time. So you can hum or do whatever sounds good to you while I give you this final message. Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Hope you can sign up for one of my classes.